All progress takes place outside of the comfort zone. I'm Anthony and I'm going to take you through today's HIIT at home strength workout. Our first warm-up triplet starts with air squats, hollow rocks, and bicep curls. For our air squats, we're going to have our feet shoulder width apart. We're going to drop down nice and low and stand back up. Our focus for these 10 reps is going to be depth. We want you to get as low as you can today, even if that means compromising your back position just a little bit. We're just working on those hips and those quads. Now, our second exercise is going to be hollow rocks. Laying down on your back, we're going to have you in position. We want your legs straight and arms straight up and overhead. From here, you're just going to rock forward and back. You want your low back in contact with the floor the whole time. Try and make yourself into the shape of a letter U. If the hollow rock at this position is a little bit too challenging, we'll just compress into a tucked rock in the same way. Now, our third exercise is bicep curls. We're gonna do supinated bicep curls or palms out. So in this position, really pull your shoulder blades back, then we'll pull the dumbbells up to your shoulders and lower back down. The goal isn't to go super fast, it's just to stay nice and smooth between the reps. Now, as we go through, we want you to move along nice and steady here on these bicep curls. At the bottom, I want to make sure that your arm squeezes straight, so almost engage that tricep a little bit to really show that you have full extension at the bottom of each rep. All right, now our second triplet is walkouts, bunny hops, and lunges. For walkouts, we're gonna spread the feet nice and wide, your hands go down on the floor, you walk yourself out into a push-up position. From here, you are gonna do a push-up, and then walk it back in. You're gonna stay down and not stand up between each rep. This should help you cycle through them a little bit quicker. Our goal here is 10 walkout reps with a push-up. Our second exercise, bunny hops, has your feet coming together. You're just gonna hop. Pretend you have a jump rope. Pretend you're just hopping up and down, getting into the Easter spirit, something like that. Now, those hops, we want you to stay nice and upright. The only thing that bends is your knees. We want you to cycle through these relatively quickly for 20 reps. Now, our third exercise is lunges. We're gonna alternate for 10 reps on each leg. You're gonna take a big step forward, tap that knee on the ground, and step back. I want you to make sure your gaze is nice and straight forward, your shoulders are pulled back, and there's no extraneous steps. You take one step forward and one step back. Now that we're finished with the warm-up, it's time to move on to our strength portion of the workout. We have 5 sets of 10 reps of strict overhead pressing. So you're gonna grab a plate, you're gonna grab a backpack, regardless of what you use, we're gonna hold it in that front rack. Now we have dumbbells. So what we're gonna do is the dumbbells are gonna tap those shoulders, you're gonna press them up and overhead nice and fast and lower them back down. There's no tempo for this part of the workout. We're just gonna do 10 quick singles or 10 quick reps of strict overhead presses, and then we're gonna immediately drop down into a 1-minute plank. So you have 5 sets of 10 strict overhead presses, superset with 60 seconds in a plank. So that plank is a little bit aggressive. Don't be afraid to shift weight between one hand. You're welcome to change positions as we go through that 60-second plank. So you have front plank, side plank, back plank, any variation, knees up, knees down in a star. As soon as that 60 seconds is up, you're just gonna stand up, grab those weights, and go into the next set. So there's no rest between the exercises, you're just cycling between the 2 movements. Now, after our strength portion, we're gonna move on to some conditioning. Every minute on the minute for 12 minutes, we have 2 exercises. Number 1 is gonna be an alternating snatch. So we have a dumbbell, tapping the ground in between your legs. You're gonna pull that dumbbell all the way up and overhead and snap it nice and straight. In that overhead position, you can see that her pinky side is in, her thumb side is out, and she's just gonna cycle through. So what we're gonna do is alternate reps. This weight should be relatively light so you can move through pretty quickly. Now, if you don't have a single dumbbell or you don't have an object to hold in one hand, we're just gonna hold that dumbbell on each side. You could do this with a plate or a backpack. And on this one, to save your fingers, we're not gonna go all the way down to the ground. We just want you to take it below the knees and then we'll snap it up and overhead. So you either have 20 alternating or 10 on each, or 20 in a row from ground to overhead. Now, in the second minute, you have 15 burpees. Now, you guys are pretty familiar with these moves, but this should be a fast set of burpees. You hit the ground, you pop right back up. So our goal here, thank you, is 20 snatches in the first minute, rest the remainder. Then the second minute comes around, you have 15 burpees. If you don't hit the 15 burpees or the 20 snatches, all we're gonna do is drop both exercises by 5 reps. So if the first round you get 20 and 15, great, keep moving. If you don't get 20 and 15, we change it to 15 and 10, so that way you guys can keep getting the stimulus for the workout. Have a great workout and a great rest of your day.